Welcome back. The St. Lucia Crisis Center has received a substantial donation to continue its work with local families, thanks to Wynwood and Leeward Brewery Limited, Duboulet's Bottling Company Limited, and the recent Peter Malta campaign. The company held a small ceremony to present the check to the Crisis Center at its corporate head office.
Whether you were aware or not, for every Peter Malta purchased at a Massey Stores supermarket, 5 cents was donated to the St. Lucia Crisis Center. The purpose of the promotion, which began in September last year, was to raise funds to support the invaluable social services that the center provides throughout the year. When the promotion ended and the monies were counted, WLBL decided that the amount was still not good enough and doubled the figure. According to brand manager for Peter Malta, Fern Wilson-Jean, this is what the Peter Malta brand is all about, providing nourishment and care for families.
Their story really touched us because they help underprivileged and our vulnerable families of our local community. So it made so much sense to assist them in that regard. And we also wanted to include our consumers in assisting them. That's why we chose the promotion where with every bottle purchased, 5 cents would be contributed towards them. And in the end, we came up to a total of $3,625 that was raised. But we
According to President Lancher Isidore, the Crisis Center serves the entire island and is only reliant on a small subvention from government and assistance from the private sector. Therefore, it was extremely grateful to WLBL and DBC for their generous support.
We have 2 part-time workers who reach out to our vulnerable people on a daily basis. It's our part-time social worker and our part-time counselor. And they are part-time because this is all that we can provide.
Officials from Wynwood and Leeward Brewery Limited and Duboulet's Bottling Company were extremely pleased to fulfill their promise to the St. Lucia Crisis Center, as well as to have the Peter Malta brand associated with the type of organization that has a significant impact on the development of the nation's human resource.
The Department of Infrastructure is pleased with the success of the Forestier Road project, which is now complete.
The newly reconstructed Forestier Road is now officially opened after being completed on time and within budget. The project upgraded approximately 3.27 kilometers of road and also included construction and repairs of drainage, culverts, residence access and road markings. Speaking at the official opening ceremony on Sunday, March 1st, Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Department of Infrastructure, Mr. Calvin Lee, reported that government was pleased with the successful completion of the project.
The project was supervised by our Technical Services Department of the Ministry of Infrastructure, Ports and Energy. We were challenged by the weather conditions. As you would know, that it rains quite frequently in this area because it's very close to the rainforest. And we had a few changes in scope to deal with, and we did our best to keep it within the approved budget for the project.
The Forestier Road reconstruction project is the first to be financed by the fuel tax administered by the government of St. Lucia. This project was delivered by Skelly Construction Services Limited, who engaged scores of skilled workers and subcontractors to get the job done. Company representative Ms. Kellyanne Kajada says the completion symbolizes that St. Lucian workers can execute big projects in accordance with global standard.
What makes me most proud today is that I stand here representing as a proud daughter. One day I can tell my children and my grandchildren that my father, Robert Gajada, the owner of Skelly's Construction Services Limited, was the contractor who contracted and constructed this fine piece of road in Forestier. Of course, many of us would agree that our travels to work or school were not the best for some time. However, I am pleased today to say that we are overjoyed to travel on smooth road and a well-constructed road today.
The project was initiated by the parliamentary representative for Castries South East, the Honorable Guy Joseph, and was aimed at making the commute more motorable for all road users. The district representative told the gathering he was pleased to deliver on a promise to residents and the wider community.
And it is a joint effort between the contractor, the Ministry of Infrastructure, and myself as parliamentary representative, and many people in the community who raised observations. And I must applaud the team of engineers from the Ministry of Infrastructure who were flexible enough to allow some of the changes that was required to allow us to end up with the final product that we have today in the quality of road that we have here. And so we are thankful. We wanted a new road, and this is what we have today.
The new Forestier Road is the latest in St. Lucia's fast-growing stock of world-class infrastructural assets. From the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Infrastructure, Ports, Energy and Labour, this is Shannon LeBlanc.
One of St. Lucia's Dennery segment pioneers, Lashley Motor Winter, is on a quest to inspire youth and give back through a school music tour. The initiative is a personal endeavor on the part of the artiste who hopes to visit a wide cross-section of schools and inspire students through song. His tour began at the RC Boys School. Genevieve Gonzaga reports.
On Wednesday, March 4th, Hot 7 TV joined producer and performer Motor as he began his school tour. The initiative is his way of giving back to youth. Motor says this is the first time that he has been able to undertake such an endeavor since migrating from the island at 14. He is aiming to use his platform to show and inspire students to follow their dreams and work hard to make their dreams reality. The newly named brand ambassador for St. Lucia told students that anything is possible with hard work and dedication.
So coming here and just supporting the boys, supporting the school entirely is a good thing. I just want to do mostly all the schools in St. Lucia, hopefully, and just touch all the kids, talk to them about how I made it to where I am right now, how they can make it.
After a good season in Trinidad, Moto is looking forward to St. Lucia's Carnival, where he will release some of the albums that he has been working on.
So for St. Lucia Carnival, I want to drop at least 3 albums, just like I did with the Big Ride Rhythm or the Fuego Rhythm, and drop at least 3 local albums.
Moto says he is very appreciative of the assistance from the government of St. Lucia to push for greater international recognition for the Dennery segment.
I very much appreciate that St. Lucian government actually saw the work that we all put in. It's not just me, but I was one of the pioneers who actually pushed that genre to an international scale, international level, introducing Marshall to it, introducing Bunji Garlin and everybody from Trinidad to that genre. So I appreciate that the government, give us a few resources to work with and even better out ourselves as an artist and the younger artists under us.
Moto says he plans to visit as many schools across the island as possible. He remains active in the studio as an artist and producer, churning out hits not just for himself but also for some of the biggest names in the soca industry. For Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzaga.
The Department of Fisheries, in collaboration with a number of stakeholders, hosted a week-long training workshop for marine managers and other stakeholders of the sector. The intervention has equipped participants with up-to-date strategies to manage and plan development around the island's vulnerable marine habitats. Amanda Faye Clark tells us more.
These activities form part of the Commonwealth Marine Economy's CME program, which is a partnership comprising the Centre for Environment, Fisheries and Aquaculture Science, CFAS, the United Kingdom Hydrographic Office, UKHO, and the National Oceanography Centre, the NOC. Under the CME program, CFAS have been collaborating with the Department of Fisheries to characterize the benthic habitat and associated communities within key areas of interest along the west coast of St. Lucia. This 2-year project, scheduled for completion this month, is aimed at delivering a range of geospatial data products, multivariate community data, and reports to describe the nature and extent of the seabed. The 4 key areas of interest under the project include Vieux Fort, the Soufrière Marine Management Area, Marigot Bay to Castries Harbour, and Rodney Bay.
We're identifying areas where there is diverse coral reefs, diverse sponge and algae-dominated reefs, which are often where you see the highest biodiversity of fish, and those are popular areas. So not only are there biodiverse areas around Soufriere, but elsewhere there are also impressive, structurally complex reefs that may also be of value for ecotourism.
The Department of Fisheries has identified training in the use of geospatial software as a priority to support the use and maintenance of the data products delivered under the CME program. The training also provided an opportunity for the CFAS project team to present project results and allow users to explore the data. Chief Fisheries Officer Sarita Williams-Peter says the data products and equipment handed over to her department will increase the capacity to monitor environmental conditions in the island's marine and coastal areas.
As St. Lucia, like many other island developing states, as we continue to strive for increased economic security, the potential for further developing our ocean space as part of the marine economy should be considered. However, mindful that it should be done in a sustainable, resilient, and integrated way. It sounds very familiar to the Marine Economies program. As such, the work supported by CFAS and the CME program is a building block to strengthen development initiatives in the future. And the equipment provided here today will help propel this process for future initiatives and expanding the work that has been so graciously supported through CFAS and CME program.
St. Lucia's marine and coastal resources are set to receive much attention in 2020, with priority being placed on improved management and careful development around these areas, which offers visitors to our island a unique ecotourism experience. From the Ministry of Agriculture, this is Amanda Fee Clark reporting.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Sports and weather are coming up after the break.